Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. To those who are coming for the first time, you are welcome. Take your seat because it's going to be a bump.
A bomb? No, it's
A
gonna
good
be.
bump.
All right, it's not going to be a bomb.
An
Don't be
interesting
afraid.
ride, of course.
Yeah.
We are back for part 2 of intertribal marriage. If you watched our previous video, we remember telling you that we are going to continue talking about our experiences of living together from different cultures, different backgrounds, different tribes. If you haven't watched the first video, the first part of this video of intertribal marriage, please just look somewhere here. You will see it
Precisely
pop up.
here.
Yeah.
Around
Somewhere
here.
you see it pop up.
Just click on this link. We strongly advise that you watch this video first
before
you
come
watch
to
this one because it's a continuation of
the first
what we
part.
left off there.
So before we actually delve into what we want to share as our experience living together from different tribes, we actually thought it wise to feature other people who have this almost the same experience being married from other tribes,
Yeah.
and some share their story, and let's have you listen to them.
We'll be right back immediately
back.
after this.
Hi, I'm Funken Patience from Mancon, married to a Bayangi from the southwest. How our process for the wedding went through, I did not really have much of a problem with my family because, my family has always wanted me to get married to a Mancon or Bafut or something, but I shocked them when I came in with Bayangi, and they also shocked me when they accepted him wholeheartedly. Nobody gave me a cold shoulder. Just an aunt who asked me, why Bayangi? And I was like, well, all of you are married to Mancon. Let me also try the Southwest and let's see how it goes. And that was it. Then my family took it normal, especially my dad, my siblings. Well, my mom is of late, so my father took it normal. He interacted. Luckily for me, my husband's mom had worked with my dad, so it was kind of Then, the odds of intertribal, we did not really have much of a problem because when my husband came to see my people, he was expecting a list of maybe 1 million, 1.5, 2 million to buy things, but he was shocked when my dad told him, well, in this family we don't sell out our children, we just give them to you to go and start your own family. So he was asked to buy just 30 liters of palm oil to share to my dad's siblings, my mom's siblings, and an envelope each. Some people had 10,000, some people had 15,000 for transportation. And that was it. And even with the marriage now, I would have any challenge. I'm even happy because he's caring, though kind of naughty at times. I just realized it looks like most of these Bayangi people are naughty, but then it's okay. From their tradition, they always have to give a list of 1.5, 2 million for them. So he was surprised when he got to Mancon and my dad told him, no, we don't sell out our children, we just give them to you to go and start another family.
So guys, we got this other very interesting comment which came in from one of our viewers. His username is Utinsa, and it reads, I enjoyed this video very much. You guys pretty much covered it. I too married outside my tribe, though both are within the Northwest, and both parents of course were against it, but we didn't face any serious opposition. I guess times have changed and they recognize it. I really thank God for that. In my wife's tradition, it is her father who is to name our first baby. In my tradition, it is my father. So when my wife gave birth, there was a clash there. Thank God her culture gives an addendum, so to speak, that says you can buy the right to name the baby from her father. These cultural differences exist, but always provide compromises. To be honest with you though, there are still tribes I won't allow my child marry from or into. Not anything personal, but because of some really unacceptable cultural practices which are still strong to this day. For example, there are tribes here in the Northwest where if a man dies, his family legally comes and collects all the property. His wife is at the mercy of whatever they give her, and even the law won't help her much. There have been instances where the collect even think she bought with her own money, and even take over her business in the name of it is our son who got you this, even when that is not true. So if you see a parent refusing such marriage, he definitely has a point and is just looking out for their son or daughter. My dad sat me down once and gave me a list of tribes I should never marry from and why. Some of the reasons were not that serious. For example, who cares when my wife is buried if she dies, using the example from the video. But some really made huge sense. I realized then that it wasn't just tribalism, but him looking out for me. I realized then that it wasn't just tribalism, but him really looking out for me.
So it's actually amazing how two people from different backgrounds can actually successfully cohabit, putting aside their differences, because even siblings from the same mother, biological mother,
the same
family do not find it easy to live together because we have our different personalities. But right now we do not want to look at individual personalities. We are talking about intertribal marriage, and we will actually want to look at those things that are different when it comes to culture, tradition, lifestyle, that from our different tribes, and how are we managing those things?
How is it affecting
our union, and how are we keeping all of this on check to ensure that we have a successful marriage? I mean, we'll be married for a year plus right now. We don't have the most experience, but from our little experience, we can actually say something.
We have the prerogatives to say something.
One of the difference in culture that we can actually point out for us is a difference in language. Like where I come from, we speak, my part of Manu, we speak Ejagam, and him he speaks Ngemba.
Ngemba.
So there is no point in time in our home where we actually speak one dialect. But usually we speak English.
We speak English or French because we have like an urban household. But apart from that, I think it's very important that every household or family, they have that third language that you can communicate amongst yourself in the presence of visitors, because sometimes it's not everything that you may want to let visitors into what you're saying exactly.
But that's not really a problem, because you can choose to learn the dialect of the other spouse so that you guys can have a common ground of communication. So to us, that should not really be a barrier to you marrying somebody else from another tribe if you find them interesting as a
absolutely
life partner.
Absolutely. I remember when I was young, my grandmom used to tell me a story of one time thieves came into armed robbers. They broke into one of her uncle's houses, and the children didn't know how to speak the mother tongue, the dialect. And so the uncle was trying to tell the children what to do and saying it in the dialect. And since the child did not understand well, he was trying to ask the father back, like, what are you saying? So are you saying that I should go and remove the money and come and give him, or what? So you know, he's trying to use a coded language, and the child is just like blowing the whole thing up.
Up next, one other cultural difference we could actually point out is the difference in cuisine. Coming from our different tribes, actually there's that difference in food, and to us it's an opportunity to actually experience different food cultures.
I remember vividly the first time I ate tanchot soup, which has come to be one of my favorite soups. You're the one who cooked it for me. So I mean, one of the biggest,
and that was one of the things that actually charmed him. Arrow and
tanchot soup. Like, man, that thing carry my head go pa.
So you can actually meet a spouse who is not open to learning new food cultures, who just sticks to what they know. It becomes a problem at that point.
For example, you marry, for example, let's assume that we get married and I'm like, the only thing I want to eat is achu
every day.
Every Sunday,
it can be a problem.
Achu.
Every day, even there's some people who, like, every day you must.
Every day is an exaggeration.
That's slavery, we have learned, one thing I like about us is we have learned to embrace different foods from our culture.
Really embrace each other
and everything that we embody, which is good, because there are some parts of our cultures that are not good. So we embrace the good parts. And though I don't know how to, what's that called? The process to boil the achu very well. Each time we are in a place where that it's needed, he helps me do it. So he's teaching me while showing me how to do it. He doesn't leave me to myself and like, you must learn it, but this is how it's done. He takes the plate and does it for me, and to me it's kind of integrating me into the culture and helping me embrace it.
So I think one other element that we should look at, one other cultural difference that comes from us being from different tribes would be elements like dressing.
Yeah, elements of dressing.
Like we, as a couple, as a family, even with our son, we now have a multitude of dress types that we could have if we were going out. I mean, there is the toro that we could wear, which we have. I think there is also the tinku type of toro, which we wore on our first video. We also have this, which we are wearing now, which is identifying from where you're coming from. So I think it's a two-way street which both of us get to benefit from, and that is like a positive effect that we have. We could show up as a Bayangi couple one day, the next day we're showing up as a couple from Graphi, and so I think that is a positive effect.
That works. And one other element we should mention about also is the difference in medicine.
Yeah.
You know, there is a way that the Bayangi people, you know, treat medicine.
Yeah.
When it comes to herbs, we like enema. Palm. We don't joke. Bayangi people don't joke with enema. But contrary to you guys,
well, it's true that I grew up seeing my grandmom palm children, administer enema to children, but
it's not inherent.
Around us. It's not such a as strong as it is with you guys, as you've made me understand that it is.
The least thing, my mom, you have belly bite. If your stomach is aching, you're giving you enema.
Yeah, I mean, for us, when you have a stomach ache, they figure out maybe like what else could be wrong. Yeah,
stuff like that. But
for you guys,
the first thing is
grass.
You need to take grass, palm, and stuff like that. So sometimes it could be a problem to some people. Like no palm a pikin, no gida pikin that palm for a tradition really do and so.
Yeah.
But because we learn different things, we allow ourselves to actually try what works. And so we are not actually so stereotypical, saying that in his place they don't allow palm frequently, so I'll not allow it in my home. No, sometimes there are times I've treated our son with enema, and so we are learning how to embrace those different things. So that's it for us. That's what we could actually bring out. Let us know in the comment section if there are other cultural differences that could actually hinder couples from different tribes from cohabiting.
And also if there are some people who are married from different tribes, how are you managing? How is the difference affecting you guys? You could share it in the comment section. Let's have a conversation about it.
Yeah. So thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for sharing. Continue pouring out the love. We are loving the energy, and we promise that we'll keep bringing you more content. And if there is any question you want us to answer, because you remember we said we are preparing a question and answer video. So if you want to know more about us, anything that you want us to talk about in that question and answer video, drop the question in the comment section and we'll curate it and see how to integrate it in another video.
All right. Okay. So thank you guys so much. Thank you to those who've been leaving comments, those who've been watching, those who've been sharing, those who've been subscribing. Please, we still have a very wide discrepancy between those of you watching who are subscribed and those who are not yet subscribed. So before we end this video, we want to plead on you guys that you should do very well to make sure that you subscribe to the channel. It helps us a lot. It helps to encourage us on this channel to keep doing videos like this for you. So until next time, till we get to meet again, hopefully very soon. We thank you guys so much for watching. See you. Ciao.